Come on. Hey, Josh has indeed fixed the debug symbols on x64. That is good news. That is good news. Why'd that take so long? Oh, because of the debug info. Yeah. Still have not watched morning stream. What did we do in the morning stream? I don't even remember. Continued from where we left off. Okay. I think where we are now is we're just about ready to check this in. I think x64 still crashes on exit, although maybe not anymore. Maybe that's related to what Josh fixed. No, it still crashes on exit. But what I discovered at work today is this is not the result of the changes I've been doing for the past couple of days, which I would have assumed, because my version of the game at work crashes on exit in x64 as well. And that doesn't have any of these changes. Therefore, I can feel free to check in these changes if the tests run. Oh, and then I'm gonna refactor them even more. I'm gonna refactor them even more. Because I have better and better ideas about how to do it. That's just how it is. Better and better ideals. Okay. Yeah, I think we're checking it in. I think we're checking it in. What did we call it? Program export support part 1. x64 uses program exports. LVM does not. What else is there to say? Going to refactor this pretty heavily, so don't do LVM support yet. There we go. Oh no, we've got a no check-in in preload. Okay, well, we'll get to this eventually. This is not really a no check-in now, except I think I would like to just try that and that. I think that'll work now that we are not. No, because we're still, okay, we're still going through the C calling convention for now. And we don't like stack copying stuff there. Let's look for other no check-ins. Wow, there's that. We decided we're not going to try to do all of this in one check-in. And then this one, just map the hacky foreign export to the address provided in init. So we do find or create symbol. It's at offset 0 of temporary storage. Why do we need to do this? I'm not clear on, maybe that had to do with the old code. So if this is foreign, oh, it's not even in here yet. Wait, what? It's in here. Why? Okay. I don't understand why I need this at all, actually. Right? Fill init context. Oh. Yes. How does this even... This is so weird. Okay. Okay, I understand why it's there now. I mean, couldn't it be... Like, wait, what? I don't really understand. I mean, we're going to have to go through this more thoroughly. When we do, this procedure hack is to get around the fact that we don't have this program import thing. We really want to say this is a program import. It comes from somewhere else. I don't totally understand why this works right now, but it's okay, I think. So when we do fill init context, like init context sets up the temporary storage. So it needs to be able to look up the symbol for like, you know, what's the base address of the temporary data? There might be a better way to do that. I need to think about it. Like, it's so weird. This is literally just to make a symbol that we could look up. And like, why does it have to be a symbol that has a name? Yeah, that's what this comment says. It says we could do this without exposing symbols to the user, which would be the better way to do it. Okay. So I'm not going to worry about this yet. I am going to say clean up. This also has a hard-coded I thought that was in here. Obj writer. Yeah, default hard-coded use of its name in obj writer.cpp that we want to get rid of. Remove hard-coded hack. And we'll put a note here. See note in preload. Okay, so we're not going to make that a no check-in for now, but we will. So again, our goal is to eventually get rid of everything here in runtime support.cpp. We're almost there. There's literally just one procedure, and that also is going to involve. I feel like this also doesn't have to expose symbols to anyone. I think it's a similar thing where we could like make internal anonymous things. But first, we're going to clean up the thing we've been working on. We're going to keep making it better. Thank you for streaming a lot lately. You're welcome. We will not be streaming that much soon. Well, unless we get amazing hotel Wi-Fi, which is possible, I suppose. Okay. I think we commit this, and then let's make sure we have all the files. We still have a no check-in. What? Okay. That's on my list. Getting rid of all the C callbacks is on my list, so I'm not going to worry about the no check-in. Okay, good. Good, good, good. Now the first thing I want to do now is, so Josh has symbol exporting working fine for x64. Oh, actually, We want to commit Sokovan as well before we talk about this. Okay, where's Greenpeace? There we go. So we're going to keep these. We're just going to check them in. Okay, we're going to say put NV Optimus enablement, etc. into. Okay, great. Okay. So now there is this hack called export all symbols for debugging that I put in when we didn't have this kind of debug info, and we're going to get rid of it. In fact, and use DLLs is not even a thing right now, so there are no x64 specific options anymore. This is the way I like it sometimes. I want my vertical space. Export all symbols for debugging. That is gone. That is gone. That is gone. Oh, we'll leave that, and that's gone. That's gone. Export all symbols for debugging. That's gone. So that gets rid of some complications that we were worrying about, because we don't need that anymore. Hooray. Whether hotels in Taiwan are leaders in internet speed, we don't know. I was having a Twitter argument today with somebody who said that because people in the US have crappy internet sometimes, everybody should have to suffer from getting shot around corners in online shooters. It was not a good... it was not an argument that was amusing me very much. Okay, so we're testing this. We're going to run the tests as well. Deleted code is debugged code. That is right. That is the right attitude. Correct. Okay. Removed x64 build option export all symbols for debugging. Great. How are we doing these days? Oh my God, we're going to be at 50,000 lines eventually. It's really kind of amazing. No matter how many lines of code you remove, the code always gets bigger. That's just what happens. There's some kind of like law of entropy for code that you can think you're reducing entropy in a local area, but the program just gets bigger. So that was really everything we had to do. Now what I want to do is start generalizing some of this logic and making it. So what's kind of happening right now? It's interesting. Probably, I just had an idea. Probably not that smart of an idea. Anyway, what's happening right now, or what's been happening, is we go into pipes, and that's where all this stuff lived. This will be a little bit familiar to anyone who watched the previous streams. And we're calling like export global symbol on one thing at a time, and then that has a bunch of logic about what to do with this declaration. That logic should be the same for everybody. So the first step is to move that out here, and then just change what we're calling here to be something that's more like, here's a symbol. Except that this whole thing of doing it in a pass at the end of the program isn't necessarily the right place to do it, because we know that a declaration needs to get exported like really early in the pipeline. So there's that. I guess the thing is, again, we can't really, until the lambdas are all done, we can't really yeah. Okay, we'll keep it in a post pass for now. At some point, this could be parallelized by working it in just at an earlier stage. We would just have to change what we're doing again. But what's new there? Okay, so when we did export global symbol, we do all this. Actually, yeah. This is just like a lot of stuff. We don't want to duplicate this between backends. So like, we want to say find or create symbol. Find or, does LLVM backend have a find or create symbol? No. Okay. So we're going to go now. The thing is, I'm not sure that LLVM uses our data segments, really. Like, does it rearrange all our globals? I hope not. I don't think it can. I don't think it can. Because that would break our procedures. don't actually know. I don't know enough about how the LLVM backend works. So the thing is, we lay out our own data segments, and we know where everything's going to go. And so then these numbers in find or create symbol just say what those addresses are. If LLVM scrambles its own addresses and stuff, then we can't, that API doesn't even make sense. Get offset. I mean, this looks like it's using the same. Debug create memory. No, no. Is this debug info? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to assume, yeah, okay, they can't be rearranging things because otherwise these instructions wouldn't work. Okay, so it's all good. It's all good. So we can pass these things. Do we set offset within text section? We don't. Damn it. Damn it. Because we don't, it may not give us that. So I guess we'll just pass. We'll have a version of finder create symbol that takes a lambda. In fact, we already almost have that. It just doesn't take a name parameter, so we can add the name parameter. And we know that our lambdas are in section text, and we know to look this up. So our version will do that. LLVM's version can do whatever it wants. We'll have a different one that is for data. These section numbers we could make it into a bool. I don't know, man. We'll just have a front end for declaration. Ugh. Just, you try to be a little more flexible, and it just makes you a tad slower. That said, you don't really export that many symbols compared to the number of symbols in your program, so I shouldn't sweat too hard over this. But yeah. Okay. So step 1, rejigger the abstractions so that they will work better. Okay, we're going to do, we're going to call it add program export. No. This is going to be add program export. Here. Oh, export. Okay. It's going to be export global symbol. Name. And when did we say allow mangled name? We just don't now. It's not a thing anymore. Oh, right. That's that whole situation. Okay. Yeah, mangled name doesn't make sense. Okay, so we're going to go here. There's going to be a Lambda version. And it's literally just going to be this. That comment doesn't make sense anymore. Kind of a waste, but whatever. That's what we're doing. And we're going to go, yeah. Going to do this. Going to go to pipes. We're inserting all this stuff. Okay. So we're doing that. Okay. So this is final declaration is constant, yeah. And then because I'm sitting at a weird angle, the parentheses don't, or the brackets don't line up. If the blah 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 blah. So we'll leave this one as it is. As it is. Export global symbol for non-constant declaration. We're just going for the name. Okay. There we go. So this allow mangled name is gone. Gone, I say. We could actually do a little bit of object oriented here. Maybe. Okay. Wait. Forgot this. Forgot this. Yo, you buddy, you forgot something. Yo, buddy. You forgot. You forgot your thing. You forgot your thingamabobber. Find or create symbol. Well, that's because it's on ObjWriter. Why would you not think that that was on ObjWriter? Like, what? You forgot your marbles. Allow mangled name. That's not a thing. That's not a thing. Just don't even think about that. Put that out of your mind. Don't you worry your pretty little head about it. Am I doing things like methods or other OOP class structures like that? For the most part, no. Actually, in this compiler, I don't know if we have any like inherited methods in this whole compiler. There's definitely structs with procedures on them, but they're all constant procedures that are there for namespacing purposes. Now, this thing right here that I'm doing, you know, this is basically a thing where, you know, you would subclass the guys and have this, right? And we have 3 or 4 functions like that on these guys. So it almost seems worth doing, except I think it's probably worse for performance. I'm not sure, like I haven't measured it. This function probably doesn't get called that much. In fact, none of the functions probably get called that much, so it's probably fine. It's probably fine. Forget about it. Forget about it. Well, I mean, did we manage to do that code transformation? Is that transformer more than meets the eye? Oh, let me check my email, because if that check-in that I did broke anything, oh no, it failed. Someone's linking against runtime supports. Okay, so the chess example. It's doing something, but I don't know what. Okay, it's mostly working. We do have a video game. It's good. It is good to have a video game. It is good. Okay, so this is still feels a little ugly to me, but hey, it's out here now. I feel like I could actually do this one. on the LLVM backend and get rid of DLL export. Because, okay, first, before we do it, let's get rid of a DLL export. Like, does that kill us? Doesn't matter. I think LLVM exports all the frickin' symbols right now, which is not really good. But yeah. Okay. Actually, these only get called from here. Oh, I guess somebody's library calls them. System entry point. I think that probably gets exported manually by LLVM. It does. You know, I don't like none of these DLL exports were really being used. Are there any in the whole universe that we even need? No. Well, let's just do that for a second then. DLL export. Whoops. That's gone. It's gone. So that we're going to edit. So when we create this function, there was that storageimification. Okay. The problem. Can we change that? Okay, hold on. Let's get rid of this first. That's gone. That's gone. This whole DLL export is gone. That's gone. Now there's also this, this, this. Okay. It's a user level of DLL export flag. Okay. I think that's most things. Okay, so just this. So can I set the linkage type? Like, can we create this with internal linkage and then set the linkage type to external. Because we know that we do this first. LVM function set linkage. Linkage. Can I not change the linkage after I create it? Converts the linkage. How do I set the linkage? Is there a base class where I could set the linkage? It's probably on global value. Get linkage. Set linkage. Okay, I could do it. I could do it. I could do it. Okay. This is going to be internal linkage. Okay. And then okay, down here, we're going to say I don't know where to get this module, but let's imagine the problem is that we're doing this in parallel, so we can't just do this. But let's pretend we could. So we say we assert function is not null, and then implement function set linkage to this bananas thing. External, okay. Actually, linkage. Okay. If foreign, actually, auto linkage is, this is actually not good. Bleh, bleh. This is not going to work. Or is it? Because again, we can have things where we have one foreign declaration and another non-foreign declaration. was wondering how important diffing is to compiler stuff. Yeah, it's not relevant. Not relevant. Hmm. Um, we want to do something like this, I suppose, but we can't do it because of, we can't do it this way because of the multi-threading. How does this asked list thing work? So we just do all this. I guess it needs to be passed along in the way the asked lists are. Okay, whatever. We would also need to change the linkage to internal by default, where it's created at initial linkage, something like that. Okay. So let's make sure that still compiles. Lambda has DLL export. Oh. I don't understand. Okay. Okay. Do we still have a video game? We do not. We do not have a video game. Because if we do this? God, this editor sucks. Is user entry point? It is on Lambda. All right. System entry point. What if we did that? That didn't work. Oh God, because, okay. See, it makes these symbols visible in order to split the object files and then have them be able to link to each other. Because it does it in parallel, that's why. Yeah. Is that why everything is external linkage right now? How do we avoid this question mark? I don't like that. Because it's like you could be like, well, make a non-parallel build if... Oh, I'm tired. Can't wait to get on that plane. Make like a non-parallel build if you don't want symbols in your output executable. There's got to be a way to let them link and then not be visible. Dude, I've never done a game in 3 years or less. Actually, we shipped our first game in less than 3 years. Which is astonishing now that I think back on it. No. No. Okay, well, No, Braid took 3.5 years. Did not happen in less than 3 years. It probably could have happened faster if I'd been able to find someone to do visual art sooner. TMZ and TMM are different things. They are different. Okay. So, well, I guess the chess example is probably still broken. Did we rebuild? Yeah, okay. Do we still have a video game? Okay. Okay. So there's that. So I want to turn my mind to this. Because if these things are marked program import, oh. So we need to know so right now there's probably dependencies or something. So I was wondering, why does this work? Because we're just iterating over all the procedures. And some of them we're generating code for. And some of them we're like sending this. And if the code that we're generating tries to use this symbol index, we're hosed. So it must be that dependencies keep this in line, but we want to remove the need for dependencies. Especially, so if we want to go and like parallelize all this, parallelize our code generation, we don't want this order dependency. We want this done with in a previous step so that we know it is out of the way. And so we could do what seems like a slow thing and loop over all the stuff. But even better, when we infer the lambda, if it's marked program import, which foreign will do, we just put it in an array. We just have an array of like, these are the foreign imports. I'm sure there are a lot of them, but it should not be that much. I mean, OpenGL is going to have a zillion, right? But like how many? Oh, Direct3D. Direct3D, all these giant APIs. Okay. So we could have 9,000 of them in our program. The thing is, you don't use most of them. That's an interesting point. You don't use most of them. If you don't actually use it, you don't need the symbol. So we can iterate over all those. Do we really have 9,000 lines of that stuff? Oh, a lot of that is the GL generated things. Because we have, those are like times 2, more than 2. Glad all. We just need to throw away glad all. It's terrible. So huge. Okay. Well. No, probably nobody's gonna. So 900. No wait, glad all is 4,000 of our 9,000 things. How many was it? 9. Yeah, 4,000 of that is the super bloated OpenGL. 4,000. Direct3D 11 is 181. Why is OpenGL 4,000 functions and Direct3D is 181? How banana nutballs is that? Windows, we're not really using everything. All right. X11. X11. Dude, I was using X11 in like 1991. Oh my God. Oh my God. How many functions was D3D? 181. OpenGL was 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd and a half. Oh my God, dude. Okay. GL can jump off a cliff. Okay, I'm not actually going to make this change right now because it's time to go to the airport. I think I'm going to do this on the plane after napping. So kind of what's going to happen is I'm going to make an array of foreign procedures. That are top level and constant or whatever. I mean, it's weird because foreign is a little bit of shorthand. Anyway, we're going to have foreign set the new program import variable under the right conditions for that. And then if a procedure gets inferred and it's program import, we're just going to put it into an array of things that okay, see, this is weird. This is weird because on the one hand, this is hard to think about because okay, we don't want to generate a symbol for this import if it is not used. We know if it's used or not by its name because, you look it up by the identifier, right? So, but the thing that you look up is the declaration. And I guess if the declaration is the one bound to this lambda that it gets its name from, maybe the lambda just has to have a pointer to its originating declaration, if it has one. And then that will let us check the declaration later to see if it was used. If the declaration was not used, we do not need to generate the symbol. That all makes sense. So I think we're going to do that. And we're going to get rid of this. And we're instead going to do a loop out in pipes before any of this happens. Here, where we say create import symbols for everybody that needs it. That is what is going to happen, probably on the airplane. Okay. Let's, on our laptop, update all the things so that we're ready to go. We are going to update the compiler. I'm double dog checking that I didn't leave any undone things. Where's that? Oh. Removed variable. Oh my God, I didn't check that in. That's terrible. All right. So we've updated the compiler on the laptop. Let's update Sokoban on the laptop. And is there anything else? Oh, let's update the slideshow. We're updating all the things. We're getting the Singapore notes and the Taipei notes. Well, everybody, thank you for coming to the short stream. We will do more if hotel Wi-Fi permits. If it doesn't permit, then we'll just have wonderful progress happening when people can't see. And then we'll be back, and all these compiler namespace symbol things will be magically done. And it'll be like, how'd that happen? And I'll be like, I don't know. It just, Klifsky is wrong. Klifsky tweeted about how you have to work hard to get your work done. But you don't have to do that. You just sit around, and then the code arranges itself the right way. How long will I be gone? About 2 weeks. About 2 weeks. Thank you, everybody, for coming by. Let's try to raid somebody, because it may be the last stream for 2 weeks. It may not. It may. Let's see. We're going to Twitch. We're going to Science and Technology. Chickens and bunnies, relax with the sheep. Does Jeff Minter have a channel up? I had to stop following him on Twitter because it was literally like all he would ever post was his video of him petting the sheep in the morning. Game renderer and C99 for Devin. We just hosted Devin recently, so we'll give somebody else a chance. Unreal Engine 4. Shout out if you see anything good. Descent-like game with RackNet and peer-to-peer, I guess. Dabbling with some 3D stuff to start. This doesn't look like summer code. Oh wait, it is. Okay, let's raid someone who has literally 0 viewers. All right, you guys ready? This is our biggest multiple ever. We have a multiple of infinity. And you'll have fine piano music to accompany you. This is the Avengers Infinity Raid right here. Thank you, everybody. Hopefully see you soon.